Hey there, folks. Today I'm going to talk about a mystery, a deep scientific mystery that has bothered me ever since I first learned about it in grade 8 or 9. And the worst part of this is, I seem to be the only human being alive who has noticed this mystery and realized its mysteriousness. And that really bugs me. So here we are. The mystery I'm going to talk to you about is the mystery of potential energy. We all learned about potential energy in school at some point. It's a very simple concept. Say if you stretch a rubber band and then let go, what you did was you stored potential energy and then released it. Or if you've got a boulder on the top of a hill and the hill crumbles and the boulder rolls down the hill and smashes into some trees, well, it's because by being on top of the hill, the boulder had potential energy, and that's where the energy came from, for it to roll down and smash into some trees. But here's the problem. That's a very interesting and easy to understand concept. But where is that potential energy? How is it stored? Could we detect it? Imagine that you've got the boulder at the top of the hill and another completely identical in all ways boulder at the bottom of the hill. And your task is, without being able to look outside and see, figure out which one of these is at the top of the hill and which one of these is the bottom. You can't actually look around and see whether you're on a hill or not, but otherwise you can use every form of scientific measurement known to humanity in order to figure it out. What exactly is going to be different about the one on top of the hill? What detectable thing will let you know that the one on the top of the hill has more of this mysterious potential energy stuff? That's just it. There's no way to tell. Generally, if you ask this question, they say, well, the energy is stored, quote, in the system, unquote, which is no answer at all. You may as well just say the energy is stored by the angels. It's not an explanation. It's just, what is this thing called a system? Where in the system is the energy stored? And if it isn't stored anywhere that you can point to, how can you say that it's there? I mean, how big is the system? Would you have to include the entire universe in order for this to make sense? It really boggles the mind, and yet I seem to be the only person who's ever really noticed this. And so this has been a question that has burned in my mind since I was 14 years old, and first asked it to my science teacher at the time, and he didn't know the answer. And that, trust me, that does not endear you to teachers when you make them look stupid, but I meant well. And I asked it again to my physics teachers, both of them, in high school. No dice. I asked it to my nerdy friends in college. No dice. And since then, I have asked it to whoever I've found who seems to know a fair bit about science. Nobody has an explanation. Frankly, that freaks me out a little. But the thing that really freaks me out is that despite the fact that potential energy seems to not exist, and despite the fact that you would think that would pretty much topple all of physics, at least all of mechanical physics, it still works. And not just on a theoretical, explanatory level, it works on a mathematical level. You can quite reliably work potential energy into your equations and get extremely precisely predictive results. So I'm forced to conclude that potential energy is one of those things that it's not an actual thing, it's a sort of a record-keeping thing, or possibly it's an apparent force as opposed to a real force, like centrifugal force. That still leaves a big gaping hole in knowledge as far as I'm concerned as to how the hell, where is the potential energy in a system? Is it stored in its atomic structure somewhere? I mean, if it can't be detected by any known scientific means, it doesn't exist. And yet, it very obviously does. Hence, to me, it's a mystery, and one that's bugged me, like I said, since I was 14 years old. Now, I'm not saying that this is unanswerable. I'm saying that I really want to know what the answer is. I really would like this explained to me. So far, I haven't been able to figure it out. If you've got any insights onto this, please let me know. That's my brain puzzler for today, folks. Talk to you later.